So getting ready for Texas A&M. First off, I want to talk about Outlive a little bit. Folks can go online at outlive.com to get their t-shirts. My dream is to walk out to the arena on Saturday and see every single person in the building with an Outlive t-shirt on. I'm going to make this announcement now that I'm going to empower Marlene with the finances to purchase tickets for our media. So even you guys can sit up there and have an Outlive t-shirt on. I can afford it. The other thing we're doing, my family and I are so blessed. 7th year in a row now, we'll be purchasing the tickets for all the the t-shirts for all the students. Knowing that all the funds that we raise go to cancer patients in the state of Alabama who are battling cancer and are having a hard time paying the bills. As you guys know, cancer is not a one-time surgery or not a one-time treatment. There's chemo, there's radiation, there's sickness, there's missed work. The whole family can get affected by it. So I think we'll set a record this year with how much money we'll raise through the sale of t-shirts and just through general contributions to the Bruce Pearl Families Foundation. So we're good. Mm-hmm. Okay. College game day being here is exciting for the second time in 3 years. When ESPN could go anywhere in the country to televise college basketball, that day they have chosen Auburn, and so we feel fortunate and blessed, and we're looking forward to having Reese and Jay, LaFonso and Seth in town this weekend. Texas A&M comes in, having beaten us 5 out of the last 6 times. Obviously, it's been a tough matchup for us. This Texas A&M team started 15-2 and 4-0 in our conference, and they've lost 7 in a row. 3 of those losses were on the road to Arkansas, LSU, and Tennessee, and one, last possession loss to Kentucky. They just lost Tuesday night to LSU again at home. It's the league we play in. And so it's really not about having lost those games. It's like, look who they've lost them to. And the scoring margins on all of them have been fairly close, or at least on most of them. Texas A&M is in the one of only 3 SEC squads that rank in the top 6 in the league, all games in scoring offense at 73.5 points a game, and in defense 66 points. So that's why those 2 numbers. That's why they've just been in a lot of games. They mix up pressure, changing defenses. They turn you over a lot. They turn you over by trapping, and they do a good job off those traps. They double team the post. Not everybody does. They just do a few things that not everybody does in the league, which makes it a challenging preparation. Coming back from Arkansas, we recognize that Arkansas played, well. Note made big shots. It was a great environment, and they played great defense, which was part of the reason we had some offensive struggles. We turned it over too much. We didn't get back in transition as well as we should have, and we missed too many free throws, and they made almost all of theirs. So you combine all that, and it's an overtime loss. And but our deal is the same as it's always been. We got to try to get better and see if we can win. Leading up to the Arkansas game, we had just one real close at Georgia. So obviously, right now we've got some work to do to play better. Zep Jasper is could potentially play Saturday. We'll see how he does this week, but there's a chance he could get back to light practice today. So that's a possibility. But we'll know more in the next couple of days. That's my update. Questions?
All right. Question from Bill Cameron.
Hey, Bruce, I was going to ask about Zep, but talk about the response from the team after the loss at Arkansas, and who are the guys that you look to as leaders out there?
That's a great question. I think the response was get to the next play. Let's get to the next game. Nobody was pointing fingers. We'll see how we respond, from the loss. But the bottom line is, we've got to execute better offensively. We got to continue to get better looks. We need more guys to be able to break the defense down off the bounce, and putting too much. Wendell had 7 turnovers, but I put him in a lot of situations to score and to make plays. And so that was, a lot of that is just on me. And I've got to, we need to share the responsibility of breaking the opponent down, particularly off the bounce from others. So we're not relying so much on Wendell.
All right. Question from Nathan King.
Bruce, you talked about after the Georgia game, that short turnaround to Tuesday and that you might limit practice. Do you feel like that was at all a factor against Arkansas? And then how much difference does it make now with you guys having a longer break before Saturday?
Well, I thought they shot 34%. They only made 23 field goals. That's typically a pretty good formula. My guess is if you look at it, they probably haven't had a home game all year where they only made 23 field goals. So I think the rest was very helpful. The offensive execution, I don't know how much that you could blame that on the rest. I just don't know. And then came back from Arkansas. Yesterday was their players' day off, and today will be our first practice.
All right. Question from Justin Hokanson.
Hey, Bruce, is there anything from the 2 losses this year that you think are similar, or are they completely different in kind of how they played out? I know it's a tough question. Every game's different. Every match is different.
There are a couple of common denominators. We got to play better to not be in that situation late, but late, we with about a minute to go in a 5-point lead, we fouled them a couple times late. And we fouled UConn late. Now, you can watch that last play when the little kid, is it Cole? Who's the little point guard for Connecticut? Zep Jasper's guarding him.
RJ Cole, maybe?
The little point guard from UConn. Anyways, ain't nothing there. And they sent him to the line to tie it with about a couple seconds. So we fouled late. That really helped. That was, Arkansas made 11 free throws and 1 basket in overtime. So we fouled them too much. And we fouled UConn too much. They went to the line a lot too. So that was a common denominator. And we had a couple of free throw checkout misses late that were both factors in that game. So I think you could look at those 2 things as kind of common denominators. But look, we've been down double digits 4 times on the road. Actually make that 5. And we're 4-1. And, obviously we'd look at that game in Arkansas and say, hey, we had our chances. We gave ourselves a chance. But like I've been telling you guys know, and we've talked about it, when you're down 10 to Kentucky and then Ty gets hurt and then you're down 5 times by double digits on the road, we're going to work on some things and hopefully we'll get better and hopefully by making a few more open shots and continuing to guard, we can get peaking. But this is kind of who we've been. But we've won all of those except the UConn close games.
Question from Tobias Wilburn.
Hey, Bruce, how's it going today, brother?
Minimize, how you doing?
Hey, good, man. Blessed and highly favored. From there, you mentioned the fouls, and after the game, Wendell talked about playing defense without fouling. Is it moving your feet more? Is it different situations? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yep.
Okay, yeah. Is it stuff you can control, or how do you kind of?
Well, I mean, like guarding your yard a little bit, and trusting the help behind you, either to block a shot or take a charge, but making them make a tough two. And that would be probably it. You know, in other words, like challenge shots without fouling. Stay in front of your man without fouling, and if he goes by, you trust your help and make him finish. Don't bail him out with a foul.
All right. Next question from Justin Ferguson.
Bruce, you talked earlier about how A&M's won most of the last few games in this series. I know Buzz has only been there for the last couple of years, but is there something about his teams or something about the way they play or something you see out of this team that kind of leads to that?
Well, Billy Kennedy was there prior to Buzz, and I played Buzz now. What, played him 3 times? Is that right? 2 or 3 times? 3 times. Have I played him 3 times? So I think maybe we won once, and I don't know. This is Bud's 3rd season, so I guess I don't know. Beat him once when I was at Marquette, and when I was at Tennessee, and possibly he's beaten me the 2 times that they've been at Texas A&M. Yeah, absolutely. Buzz credit. The best win I think was the team that finished 2nd in the league late in the year. They came up here and beat the team with the seniors and Isaac, and so and then last year we went down there pretty shorthanded and played a really good game. Actually had a chance to win it. It was tied, and Gordon made a big bucket late. So we played them 2 close games and lost to them twice, I guess, with Coach Williams.
All right. Question from Mark Murphy.
Bruce, you guys are up to plus 6.3 in rebound margin in SEC games. Is that something you're really happy about? And also, how's KD doing after having an off night?
Well, I don't know because yesterday was their day off, so I'll know more today. He'll be fine. He's a competitor, and the thing he's probably he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Rebounding margin is important. Obviously, we've got great size in the front line, and so again, sometimes I'd rather take a bad shot than turn it over because at least it gives you a chance to get a rebound. So that's a real positive thing. And then Arkansas, for example, they didn't really send many guys to the offensive glass. They really wanted to get back against our transition, and we continue to send people to the offensive glass. And we got some, as a result, we got rewarded with some rebounds, but as a result, we also gave up some fast breaks. So sometimes that's a trade-off. But rebounding, I think defensive rebounding win championships. And, we defended and rebounded very well enough at Arkansas to win the game. We fouled too much and we didn't make our free throws, and Note made big shots.
All right. A follow-up question from Tobias Wilburn.
With everything being said, when it comes to defending or feeling like maybe when you go to the basket, you may not get the desired result, can that lead to maybe settling for outside shots? If so, how do you correct that part of it?
Well, I don't know if this is your question, but let me speak to this. So you could question Wendell's last shot. That's the easy thing for anybody and everybody to do. And that's what makes being a fan and being a writer or anything, that's part of the fun. That's your job. Wendell had made the same shot to put us up 5 about a minute and a half earlier. You know, in fact, the shot he got at the end was probably even cleaner. So, I mean, I think Wendell makes that shot, for me, clean, open 40% of the time, or so. So, you know, could we have gotten the ball to Jabari? Sure. Could we have gotten it to the basket like we did against Georgia? Maybe. You know, but I trust those guys. If it goes in, it's not a bad shot. You know, so it's easy. You know, it's obviously easy. And look, I want my shooters to shoot. I want my scorers to score. I want my passers to pass. And so, you know, it's I want my guys to go to their strengths.